Shortly before the election, the entire team here at Flourish, Marcella, Amy, Joanna, and I, spent an entire Saturday listening to a lecture given by researcher and best-selling author Brené Brown. Now, if any of you have ever questioned how much we geek out on the stuff that we teach our clients every day, well, it probably says a whole lot about our team that was actually our definition of an idyllic way to spend a Saturday. But while we were there, Brené Brown spoke about how important it is to her personally to participate in traditions such as going to church that allow her to do what she calls passing the peace on to the person beside her, even if she has absolutely nothing in common with the person seated in the pew next to her. She said that in a society that so readily and frequently flips one another the bird, she consciously chooses to participate in rituals that give her the opportunity to pass on peace. Now, since this recent election, I know that some of you are feeling pleased about the result, while still others feel rather unaffected, and that's okay. I know that many others of you are just waiting and hoping that at any moment now, Tom Brokaw is going to come on TV and say, guess what, America? April Fools! You've been punked! We made up all of that. But regardless of where you fall on the political spectrum, our commitment here at Flourish remains unchanged. We are going to continue to pass on the peace. No matter who you voted for or whether or not you need to discuss politics while you're here meeting with us. We are here to support people from all different belief systems, all different ethnicities, birthplaces, orientations, and all different gender identities. Now, my notes are falling down. Let's point out the obvious. I'm sitting here in front of you with skin that, yeah, it's literally as white as the driven snow. I've always benefited from the racial privileges that come with being me. I'm also married to a really wonderful man. And so I automatically have access to all of the legal entitlements and privileges that come with being in a heterosexual marriage. But with privilege comes responsibility. And as a leader in the mental health community, I need to acknowledge that right now our nation is having a collective panic attack. And anxiety is the most contagious of all emotions. Now, I realize that after every election, there's always a group that's discouraged about the result. But this election and this president-elect is unique in the extremity of threats that have been levied against the human rights of Latinos, of immigrants, of LGBT individuals, of women who have been treated as sexual objects, and of the disabled, as well as all of our Muslim community members. So many individuals right now are feeling deeply triggered for very valid reasons. You don't need to have my credentials to understand that when a group is targeted and threatened, it's psychologically harmful to them. And when somebody singles you out for your differences and threatens you because of them, it tends to reboot all of the previous times in your life when you have been bullied in a similar way. So now that that division in our nation is out there on the table and we're talking about it, we're seeing a very concerning spike in hate crimes. And I believe that every school, every workplace, every organization is being called to choose how they will respond to discrimination and to acts of hatred. For those of you who could use some additional healing and tools during this time, I'm going to encourage you to sign up for Flourish's workshop that'll take place on Friday evening, January 20th. Coping with the world that is, while creating the world as it ought to be. Again, because our team are such incredible nerds, There's no place we'd rather be on a Friday night than here at the office, hanging out with y'all. And we're going to be donating our expertise that evening, so 100% of your admission fee will be donated to a human rights cause. You can go to the Empowerment Groups page at flourishcounseling.com for details or to pre-register. All are welcome. And for those of you who need some support and some coping tools before then, get your butts in here. And please, if you have a friend or a neighbor who's being targeted or triggered, please encourage them to call us. Our team is going to be donating some additional scholarships for those who are being targeted when cost is an obstacle preventing them from accessing the support they deserve. So thank you for watching, and here's to talking about a more uplifting topic the next time we meet. See you then.